Alright, what is up, y'all? It's rapid speedrun time. Starting the morning off at 16:53. We're against a 16:05. Polish fella. Alright. E6 is very common here. People that don't want anything to do with it might play G6. They're both pretty common. Excuse me. Also very common that people take 20 years with their openings. On move 2. Got a lot of catching up to do. I might try to hit 1700 today in rapid. Although now that I think about it, that might not even make sense. If it's 8 points a game, I'll just say that's 48 points away, so that's 6 hours. Well, I guess 6 hours is possible. So d6, I think I'm just going to want to take the center. So I'll play c4. By open up the center, I meant take control of the center. Yep, and he's going to go the non-confrontational route. So d4 is available. Probably e4 first. Maybe I want d4 first. I'll go with it. Excuse me. I know that he's going to be looking to fianchetto. And just castle away. Got quite the boring game for the first game of the month. Here we go. I'll play e3. I'll make a few quick moves in the opening just to get him to use a lot of his clock. Okay. So let's go knight f3. I'll invite this bishop over. Just put mine right here. And I could play for a pawn storm on the queen side. Yep. I could play h3 in the future if I want to. If he doesn't capture now. I'm assuming he's not going to go back, but we'll see. So now I'm threatening the pawn on b7. So he probably is going to want to defend that with like a rook b8. Or c6 would be pretty strong, I think. The only thing is now my c4 pawn is undefended, so I just have to be careful. I'll probably choose to defend it with knight d2. Okay, so we did go with c6. So I'm thinking a4 right now. He will get the push to c5 though. But maybe that's alright. Or actually I'll develop my knight first. Then we'll start pawn storming. As far as permanent homes for my knight, I have no idea right now, since all the pawns are still on the board. And as far as my bishop placement, I think it's decent. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't really need to defend a2 with my rook, so maybe I'll move that over to c1. Okay, so he wants to open things up, huh? I think we're going to be okay with that. A partial open. I'll accept. Okay, so we took with the knight. I kind of don't mind putting my knight here, so I might let that occur. Then again, I do like this diagonal that I have. So maybe I just trade this off and then move this. We'll go for that line. He's got to retake with pawn, so actually even better. Maybe I'll get my queen out to like b3, and then I can play rook to d1. Unless I'm happier on this square. I think I'm okay with b3. This position isn't exactly breeding creativity, though. Moves seem pretty simple. Alright, so what's his idea there? Because I have more pieces on it than he does. Oh, my rook is going to be unattended, huh? Smart. So if I go here, takes, and rook here, how does that look? Excuse me. So takes, rook here. So if the knight goes there, I'm just going to take, if the knight goes up here, c5. And I think I just give it back to him. This just looks awful though, so I don't want to play bishop g4. There's another world though where I take this, he captures, rook goes here, and then he just defends this. That'd be no good either. So I should probably just bring this back to e2. Oh well. Good move. Thing is, now he's a little too far pushed with that though. I don't feel that afraid. His position is also extremely defensive with his bishop placement, so no real threat of an attack coming either. But I do want to move my rook to d1 on like the next move, because I'm sure he has some annoying knight move that he's going to play here. Just moved out of the way for now. Do I want this? Or do I want c1? I want here because I want a castle. Yep, that much I knew. I'm gonna play c5. That way I have an outpost. Temporary one, but an outpost nonetheless. My bishop could come over to c4 in the right moment. I want to play for a4 soon though, just so they don't play any BS b5. Alright, so I know what he's targeting, which sucks. He's trying to get the d2 knight. Which means I should probably go to rook c1, even though I just moved it. Or actually, why don't I just move the knight right away? What am I missing there? Yeah, this looks pretty good. The thing is, he has check. But is that worth me getting this square? It might be. Might be okay with that. If I just castle, that's obviously no good. Bishop here, with that same problem. I could go queen here and exchange it for a pawn, and then I would get his knight, which is pretty strong. That's not bad either. Which way would I rather do this? I feel like rook c1 is probably the best move, even though it's hard to find, but what can you do? We'll go rook c1. Then I'll just put my knight here. He's doubling up. That's strange. I could castle now that I have the chance. Or I could play knight to c4. I don't know. I think they're both fine, but here we'll castle for now. I might want to start with like queen b1 or something, just so this is an option. And then if he like goes back or something, then I'll just go here. If I go here and he pushes, maybe bishop can come to c4. I don't know if that looks good. Queen here, huh? I feel like it'd be better to get my knight into the center. We'll do that. Time has more or less evened out. I also want to improve my rooks because they're not doing anything right now. So maybe I'll play for a4. Then after that I will attempt to play b5. Maybe get my rook on a1. Something like that. Yeah, I think before I move my knight to d6, I'll just control it, and then I'll play a4 first. Because if the bishop takes my knight on d6, or if the knight does, then I have to recapture with pawn, and that doesn't look very pretty. Yes, I figured he might do that. I'm going to go ahead and push a4. Takes. This isn't actually capturable because you have discovery check and I'm going to be winning the rook, but I don't like having my pawns separated like that either. Maybe I take and then press a4. Is that a thing? I don't want to lose my outpost on d6, but I think my position is actually worse if I play a4. That guy has a very nice diagonal with that bishop too. A little bit of annoying. You know what? Actually, I don't mind that opening up the file. Because I think I want to play rook b1 soon anyway. Because my rook can't sit on a1 regardless because of the bishop. Which reminds me I have to improve my bishop. Because that piece sucks right now. Maybe the knight will come to a3. I feel like the worst move he can make in this position is just pushing b5. I feel like that's bad. I could probably even sack the knight for 2 pawns in that case. I just go knight to d6, and then when he supports it with a6, I just capture. Pawn captures, bishop captures. And I have two passed pawns, right? Yeah. I'd like to play bishop g4, but he's just going to play f5. I feel like I'd be helping him. Because really his king could just hide on h8 like all game and be pretty much fine. He does something absurd like bishop e5, like trying to get some sort of mate together. And take, pawn takes, this is hanging at the end of the day. So what's stopping me from just attacking that rook? And moving my queen. Considering a few moves here. One of them is bishop c4. One of them is I don't know if I like this. Bishop c4, what if he captures? Captures. You could just take here with a rook. I guess bishop would take then, huh? Check. Yeah, but this is hanging at the end. If I drop back here, then this is just gone. If queen goes here, attacking this, I think the only way he defends it is not going back, or f5. Yeah, that's the scary move. But I think it might still work out fine for me. Maybe I start by moving this. I mean, am I in a rush necessarily? Oh, I am actually. Because if he takes this, then this is hanging. Okay. Makes sense. Maybe queen here just to get this guy back. And then the rook moves over. Then I could go back here and play bishop here at the right time. That might be how I want to play it. This is also going to be available at some point then. Another idea too. Yeah, I got another idea. Okay. Let's start here though, I think. No, let's wait a sec. So with this, I'm pretty sure this is just being forced, right? The other option would be taking, but I would just capture it back. Oh, I guess this pawn would be hanging then in that case, huh? So here he might just take. Pawn would take. Rook would come here. I'm safe on a6, aren't I? Yeah, I like this now. Takes, pawn will take. I've got light square domination, he has dark square domination. We just gotta see who could use theirs better. Yep, so I thought that would happen. Okay, so he does have another move I didn't think of earlier, but that just loses the rook. So I don't think that'll be good. Yeah, this is the likely move I see, or this. I think those are the two that are most likely to occur. Although, let me think for a sec. Because if here and my queen goes there, what about after this move? I'm not stuck, am I? I have 2 pawns to take. I don't see a tactic. One of the moves I'm now considering is going to be rook b1 just to trade those off. Bring this guy into the game. And I should have tempo to do so, because he's busy trying to save this pawn. As he should be. Crap. Alright, looks like I have a little bit of a time advantage again. It was equal for a while, but I think my position has slowly been fixing itself. It was pretty doo-doo at one point. Gotta go get some lunch after this. I guess breakfast is still morning. Okay. So here now? He might double up. In which case, maybe I capture, he captures, and then check. Takes, here looking at the pawn. I don't really know. Ooh, what about this? Or maybe this first. We might see this move very shortly, though. It is a problem. I could also just go bishop to c4 and attack the knight. And that actually makes this free as well. But I'd have a lot of things stacking against it. I like this move. As long as I keep track of my pieces, I think I should be in the clear, but we'll have to see. I could very well trap my queen. Yeah, rook f to d1 would be a great move for improving my position. I think all my pieces would be active at that point. Although I guess rook d1 would be met with... Well, wait a second. If I capture here first, he's forced to recapture with pawn, in which case I could then play rook d1. And I don't see how you could even protect that. Because this knight protects it from this side. Queen can't come in from an angle because of the knight. And then here he can't come in because of this. So that might work. Nice, and he's below 10 minutes now. Okay. If he says so, do I want the pawn or do I want the knight? Which one do I let in there less? If I do this, we're gonna have that move coming, right? Maybe I just take the pawn and go right back. Or do I just fix my position first? I think I would rather have this pawn start running and have a secondary outpost cutting off these rooks yet again. And the way that I do that is rook here captures, captures, rook captures, and then this is free. So I think I want to go rook fd1. Let me just see what counterplay he has. He has bishop coming here. But I think I'm just taking. He takes, and I take, check, and then I will recapture. So I think I just get 2 pieces and a pawn for my rook. In a very good position. So I think I'm happy there. If I take the knight right now, and then go rook d1, that also looks pretty good. But again, that bishop is kind of annoying. Maybe what I do is, when bishop comes to b2, I'll play rook c2. Yeah, I'll take that knight, and we'll move over. Yeah, because the e4 pawn is not doing anything, really. Whereas that c6 pawn was stopping my pawn from moving. Gotta make sure I don't overthink anywhere, though. It was fine to think there, I think, because I chose the better option, but in general, maybe a bit faster would be good. Okay. I think just rook takes. If here, then I could do either queen takes or rook takes. Probably queen, just because I don't want him to have that diagonal. Yeah, so now I have to find a way to push that c5 pawn. Excuse me. Okay, so he did capture. I don't blame him. This just looks like it makes sense. If we see the exchange, I could probably capture that way and then just run. Or do I go with rook? I'm really preferring queen here. And if we see the exchange, I take back with pawn? Or do I take with rook? I'll take with pawn, because then if he drops down here, I'm forced to do the exchange. And my rook would not be behind the pawn, which is the goal. So we'll go queen takes. And I actually have a perfect square right here where no pawn could kick me eventually, where I defend this and a pawn if he captures. I could just waltz my king in through these dark squares. If he moves his queen out of the way somewhere, okay, he didn't. But I was going to say that I could probably just push my c-pawn. Excuse me. All right. Isn't that a mistake? Can I push? If he goes here, I just take. He recaptures king here, and then this is getting promoted no matter what. If he blocks this right now, then my rook is going to come to c8. I don't know. There might be a way for him to defend this, actually. I don't think that was it, though. Let me turn that off. Because now I just have rook c8, and I don't see him stopping anything. Check, okay, I just move. I think his only hope there was to go rook to d8. I think I'm still winning at that point, but I have to work still for the win. Yeah, I'm just getting a queen. I'll just simplify. And this is done so. Yep, let's see if it lets me review it. See how we did. 80%. A lot of inaccuracies, mistakes, and misses. So here, d7 was wrong. Instead they want me to cut off the king, I guess. Or really, probably they just wanted me to get it off of the line with the king. That's probably the biggest part. But I went here. That was a blunder, but is that the right move? Yeah, that's the right move. And now I go rook c8. He's going to go king e7. And what do I play here? Rook a5. Rook a5. What the fuck? Oh, excuse my language. How does that make any sense? Now rook takes d8 check. I take here. Oh, okay. I guess I'm still up a pawn and I'm targeting another one right here. But yeah, I'm barely up. Like I said, I still had to work for the win. Nothing was concrete. It was this move that was bad. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.